Hi, welcome to Cocina de Trujillo. We are back. Today we are going to be making tacos. That's probably one of the easiest things that many of you have already made. But the reason I'm making them is because we are going to be making our shells ourselves. Okay, we're going to be frying them and making the shells ourselves instead of just purchasing the shells that you get from the store, the crunchy ones. So that is why I'm making tacos. But many of you have made them thousands of times. A friend of mine was asking me the other day, she's like, I've never made my shells. Could you show me how? So that is one of the reasons I'm going to be making the tacos today, is to make the shells. Along with that, I'm going to also make some guacamole to go with it. So that we can, that is how we eat our tacos. And so anyway, we are going to start. I'm going to start off with 3 pounds of meat, ground beef, and I like the ultra lean ground beef, the 96% lean and the 4% fat, just so that it has less fat in there. And so I already have my pan started off, or I already have the heat up to high, okay, because I'm going to brown my meat. And again, it's 3 pounds of meat, ground beef, and I'm just going to brown it. To my meat, I am going to be adding, some salt, some garlic, and some onion, some diced onion. Let me just show you what I'm doing over here. Okay, let me throw this in the trash. Over here I have, I'm also going to serve my tacos with, rice, Spanish rice, some salsa, and I already have my rice cooking. If those of you that don't know, I have a recipe on my YouTube channel, Mila Gutierrez Trujillo. You can find me on YouTube, and I have a recipe, my rice recipe in there. The salsa that we are going to be eating our tacos with, that recipe is also in there, in my channel. So it's there. What else do I have in there? Flautas, enchiladas, albóndigas, 2 different types of salsa, salsa roja, salsa verde, tortillas. I just started doing this now that we started the quarantine. And I really enjoyed it. I've had some really great comments, so thank you for all of you that have sent those great comments, and thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, so I am going to add some salt, and probably 2 pinches of salt here, and that's according to the flavor that you want, to your tasting. Okay, salt to your tasting. And all we're doing is we're just going to brown this. I'm going to start chopping up my onion, dicing it up. Okay, I'm going to move this over. And for the 3 pounds of meat, I am going to put 1/4 of an onion, okay? A 1/4 of an onion to my meat. probably need to get my bigger knife for this, so I can dice it up really good. I'm gonna do that. Now, my onion, I'm going to chop it up really fine for the fact that my girls don't like onion very much, but I like the flavor that the onion gives the meat. So I'm going to chop it up so if they do happen to take a bite, they're not having a big bite or a big chunk of onion. Okay, so I am going to, that's why I'm chopping it up really good. My rice is almost done. I started it about 30 minutes ago. I don't feel like your tacos take too long to make. I will tell you that if you are going to make tacos and rice and all that, one of the things that my daughter has asked me is, Mom, how do you time things? Like, how do you know what to make first so that everything kind of falls in place, right? So that your tacos aren't ready, your taco shells are just sitting there getting cold, and you're still waiting on this. And so I usually, what I do is, like, for example, today, I know that my rice takes about 35-45 minutes to make, right, according to how much you're making. And so I went ahead and started that already. So I know that that's going to take time to cook. So I started that, and I can get my meat browned, cooked, right? Because you don't have to do nothing to the rice. Once you set it on low heat, it's just doing its own thing. And so my salsa, so try to do, like, this is what I tell her. You guys probably have your own ideas and tricks how you guys do things, but things that can be left alone, like salsa, you can whip that up and then put it in the fridge and just leave it there, and it's there, right? You don't have to do nothing to it. So do the things that you know can just be left alone. So I did my salsa, that's already done. Shredded cheese, we buy the bar, and so we shred it ourselves. And so I already shredded the cheese for my tacos. I haven't cut my lettuce, but I'll do that later, or my tomato. But other than that, the things that you know just can be put aside, I usually get those things done first, put them to the side, and then normally I would probably make my guacamole also before, so all the sides can be put in the fridge and just left there when it's ready. But since I'm gonna go ahead and do that also on here, I went ahead and waited till the very end. Okay, and so when you don't, your meat is very lean. It doesn't have a lot of fat. So once it's pretty much cooked, that's when I put my onion, and I'm also going to add some garlic, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of garlic to diced or minced garlic. So again, all I've added to this meat, to my taco meat, is onion, garlic, and salt. Okay? That's all I've added. I'm going to bring this down to a lower heat because it's almost done. I'm just going to make sure that the onion and the garlic cook in there with my meat. Okay? Let me turn this over a little bit like that. Okay. So that is sitting there cooking. The next thing I am going to do is, like I said earlier, things that I can get done while this is cooking. You could do that. So I'm going to dice up my tomato. I've already washed it. And this, you can cut it however way you like to serve it. It could be in, long strips. It could be cubed. It could be whatever you want it to be, right? The way you want to serve it. And so I'm only using a tomato. I'm not a tomato person, so I won't be eating any. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this in a bowl. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this in the fridge and let it be ready for whenever we're ready to eat. Okay. And so my tomate is done. I'm going to go ahead, since this is still cooking and I still have some time before this is completely done, I'm going to go ahead and cut my my cabbage. I'm going to rinse this off. Before I do so. Okay. So I'm just going to cut a small piece of cabbage for the tacos. I don't know why. Normally, we used to eat them with lettuce. And lately, we've really been on this cabbage kick. We eat everything with cabbage. Everything. I just like it. So that's what we're eating our tacos with, is cabbage instead of lettuce. this is still cooking. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in my bowl, and I'm going to put this in my fridge, and it'll be ready to go when I'm ready for my tacos. Okay. Okay. So that's checked off. I don't know if you guys like onion in your tacos. Actually, there's already some in there. So I'm not going to add any more or cut any more to that. But this is pretty much done. Okay. Brown it as much as you like. It's already cooked. If you like it really like crispy, just keep cooking it a little bit more so that you can get that crispy brown taste. Okay, so now since that's cooking and it's basically done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my tortillas. Okay. And I'm going to show you here. This is my meat. Oops, that's my rice. Okay, there's my meat. And so it's nice and browned. The onion is grilled. And so that's ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fry our tortillas. Usually I use my computer, and I'm using my phone today, so I'm struggling a little bit. I kind of wanted... Goodness, see what I mean that I'm struggling? I'm like really struggling today, my friends. So I apologize for all the ruido that I'm making. Holy smokes. I'm trying to set this up so that you guys can see me really make the tortillas and the process of it. See if we can get a good view. Yeah, I think so, right there. Okay, that's a good view of the pan so that you can see how I do them. Okay, okay, so I'm going to put this at an 8. And you can grill or fry your tortillas with, you can do it with olive oil, you can do it with lard, Crisco, whatever you choose to do it. I'm going to stick with olive oil. Again, just trying to eliminate some of those calories, right? I'm going to get my tortillas. I use the branded tortillas that I use. If I'm going to get them from Walmart, they're the Guerrero ones. Or I get them from the Mercado. Okay. And so it's your choice of what you use. But these are the corn tortillas, and I'm trying to see, they're the white tortillas. I do have, maybe not. Yes. I do have the Guerrero brand right here. And so it's the white corn. That's what I like to use. Wherever I buy them, I buy the white, not the yellow. Okay. So this needs to be pretty hot. And we go here. Let me turn it so you can see. Let me move my olive oil bottle. Okay. And other than that, besides the tortillas, this is all the avocado, but that won't take very long. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your tortilla in. Make sure that it cooks very well on both sides. Okay, before you fold it. Because if you fold it when it's both sides are not cooked, it's going to crack. They're going to break. Okay, so and I'm going to lower this down because it's pretty hot. So I'm going to put it on a 5 or a 6. Okay, once it's cooked on both sides, now if you see, I'm just going to bring this side over like this, and I'm going to make my taco. Okay, and I'm going to leave it there so that it could form the shell. And I'm just going to put it on the corner so it could just cook, it could fry. And you just flip it to both sides. Okay? Let me bring this over here so you can see. Okay? So I'm flipping it there, and I'm letting this cook while I'm working with this one. And you can do one at a time so that this one doesn't get too hard, and then you can't bend it because then it's going to be a tostada. Okay? Once that gets done, I like to put it down, facing down, so some of the oil can fall out and it's not drenched in oil. Okay, so I want to show you, I did this on purpose, okay, because I wanted you to see something. And I'm just going to put it in my meat. So this one here, I folded it way before time. And you see how it's cracking? I don't know if you can see very well, but you see how it's like cracking? It's because it didn't cook very well, okay? And so you want to just make sure that it cooks correctly. If not, they're just going to break. They're not going to cook. I mean, they are going to cook. They're just going to be hard to fold to make your taco shell. Okay? And you can put 3 in here at a time. And just keep turning these. Now these, you're gonna leave them in there to get crisp to your liking, okay? I know that some like the softer type of taco shells, some like it really crispy. And so if you like it really crispy, just leave them in there a little bit longer, okay? Just make sure you don't leave them in there too long, because then they get really crispy. Then when you go to open them to stuff them, they crack and break, and then it's just hard to stuff them. Okay. And like I said, just my taco shell, I put it down like this while I'm working on the other ones, just so that oil can drain. And if you need to, get your spatula, or your spatula, and put it like this, okay? Let me show you how, like this. And you can work on this other one while this one's draining. And that way you don't have too much oil, okay? And so I am going to come back after I fry all my taco shells. I'm going to make my guacamole. I'll come back before I make my guacamole, obviously. And then we will make the guacamole, and we'll put our tacos together, prepare our dish, our plate, how we're going to serve it, and then we will enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. I will be right back. Ernie, I don't know how to pause this. Ernie, I don't know how to pause this. I don't know how to pause this. Can you come pause it? Remember I said I'm using a different form of technology here to do this, so I'm having difficulties here. How do you pause it? Do you know? No? Well, you guys may have to just watch me fry all my shells and right until, because we don't know how to pause the phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since I'm having problems here, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Pause my frying my tortillas for now, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start my guacamole. And then we can continue, okay? So that way we don't wait too long. Okay, let me turn that off. Okay, so for my guacamole, I got my avocados. And so we are going to make the most ripe ones. Sometimes finding avocados at the store it's just hard. Okay, I'm going to share a tip with you guys that was shared with me. When you go pick your avocados, besides, you know, sometimes you feel them and they feel ripe, but then you go open them and they're just brown, they're gross. And so when I was at the grocery store, they showed me that if you take this off, like the little stem, is that what it's called, stem? Okay, if you take it off, that color that you see in there, that's the color of your avocado in there. Okay, so we will see. They look all good. So we will see together here. I don't know, this one looks a little brownish. I should have done this before when I was at the store, but I was in a hurry trying to get out of there. You know, this one looks really good. So supposedly that's the color of what's inside your aguacate. But yeah, it was a little rough at the store earlier. And so, yeah, look, they look really good. So anyway, just a little tip that I heard. Yeah, guys, I don't know where you're from, where you're watching. Appreciate you all. I hope you all are staying safe. I know in all different states, everything is different. The state rules are different, and so I hope you and your family are safe and have not been affected by this in a harsh way. I know it's affected everybody one way or another, but I hope it hasn't affected your family or you in a devastating way. So So we're just taking the bone out. I remember when I used to do this, I used to work at a restaurant, and the chef used to just get it and go like this and then like pull it. But did you see how the thing slipped? I don't like it. It scares me. It scares me so. Of course, those chefs are amazing. The way they cook and the way they flip their food. And these avocados are really nice. Okay. All right. So there's my aguacates. Wash our hands. Okay, so you could use whatever tool you have to smash, mash, squish, whatever. Whip up, whatever. Anyway, I like to use my bolillo, my rolling pin, to mash my oh, there's a little seed or a stem. Another way that I've done my guacamole, if I want it to be really, really liquified, runny, is I will put it in a blender and then add a little bit of water, and then it'll be really, really, really smooth, really liquidy. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mash it, smash it. Como se diga, I'm doing it right. Okay. See? Okay. And different recipes for guacamole. I've done it with putting onion in here, tomato, a little bit of garlic. But because my meat already has the garlic, already has onion, I'm not going to add any more here, like diced up. I'm not going to, it's not going to be, I just want it just to have the guacamole taste. So I'm just going to add a pinch of salt. And I am going to add some garlic salt. And can you get me the garlic salt, please? The garlic salt that I use is has a little bit of parsley in it, and so I don't know. No, the other one, the one with the garlic with the parsley in it. I have just plain garlic, or and I just really like it. It's the garlic salt with parsley in it. So again, to your tasting. Okay, to your tasting, whatever you like. And that is all I use in mine. Okay, I just use salt, some garlic salt with parsley, and that is it. Okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead and make my dish so that you can see how I'm gonna serve it. Okay. really struggling today. Bueno. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We are going to get our taco shells and see how nice they are. They're nice and crispy. You can even hear them, right? This one's crispier than some other ones, but so I'm gonna put some meat. And I like to leave it here because it kind of keeps everything warm together. This is really good. It smells really good. This plate's going to be for my husband so he can eat since he's waiting patiently. Okay. So this is the tacos here. And so I'm going to take out my garnishes. I'm going to add some queso. This queso here, this cheese, is Munster and the Colby Jack. I buy it in the block and then I shred it myself. It's a lot healthier if you buy it in the block than if you buy it in the bag, but I've done both. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? So I put cheese, I put some cabbage in my tacos. And then some tomato. And then I'm gonna serve it with some arroz, rice. There it is. And then usually I just let him put the aguacate, but I'm going to put it right here for him just so that I'm going to prepare this one for him just so that you guys can see how that goes. And then I have my salsa over here. This is so good. And then I'm going to put it with some salsa that I made. Again, you guys can go and find the recipe to the salsa. And that is how I serve my tacos with arroz, Spanish rice, with some salsa and some guacamole. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this brings a smile and joy to your table as much as it's going to bring to my husband. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.